you remember, loops are used to repeat the same task multiple times. And in the loop, if you don't have something that's going to cut out of that loop, then you'll have an infinite loop that never stops. So in this case, for the program, if the user presses the letter Q, then that's going to exit the loop. So, for example, if you are summing quantities for your inventory, if you don't have something that will exit that loop, for example, the user pressing Q, then it will continue to ask if what the quantity is for the next product. So you will never get out of that loop unless you press Q, for example, or unless you have an error type of a capture in your loop where it will say while your quantity is more than -1 or greater than -1, it will continue the loop. And if the user enters a negative number, it will cut out of the loop as well. But if you don't have something like that, you need to have something that will allow the user to intentionally exit the loop. So let's look at this example. And again, we're going to use the Sentinel value, which is the value that you will use to exit the loop. And we're going to use Q and tell the user if you are ready to quit the loop, then press Q. So this is a program that will print a face with different characters. And the user can enter the character in which they want to use to make the face. The nose, however, if you look here, is always set to the 0. So the nose is always going to be a 0. And the user value initially we're setting to just that dash. Okay, so you can see the eyes and the mouth are made of dashes. After that, we're going to allow the user to enter the type of character, for example, X's, the @ signs, and if the user enters the Q, it will exit the program. Our while statement is going to start with while the user value, whatever the user enters, is not equal to Q, to quit the program, it's going to print, initially it's going to print this way with the dashes, because that's the default here. It's going to print 2 of those for the eyes, then the nose is equal to 0, so it will print 1, 0 for the nose, and then it will print 5 of the dashes for the nose. So then it will print those and a new line, and then it will ask the user, what do you want to enter for the next character, or you can press Q to quit. Then it reserves the user value from the input, and then it will, as long as the value is not Q, it will continue that loop. So you can see here the user entered X and then the @ sign, and the user finally entered Q, and that will exit the program and it will say goodbye. So as long as it's not Q, it's going to repeat the body of the loop here, and then once it's finished and someone presses Q, it will print goodbye. So that's the way a Sentinel value is used in a program, and this one in particular is with the while loop.